still, but it feels like he's really trying to push her.
Yeah, and to kind of frame it for everyone that's been watching or that is going to be watching and to understand what the format is. So we are in the group stages. They're going to be playing round robin. It's going to be a best of 2 going into here. Or I'm sorry, first to 2. You get the 2 wins. You get the point overall for the set. Going into the group stage or into the bracket itself, those matches will be 3 out of 5. So again, a little bit longer of a set. But right now, starting it off, we have Gen and Rangchu going at it.
Yeah, what I really want to see from this is how Rangchu defends, especially when, Gen is really good at being able to get those 4-4-2s, those down 4-2s to go into cat stances and be able to get some pressure. But how does Rangchu deal with that? And right now, yeah, big whip punish here. He's going to eat the wall for it.
Gen, locked and loaded, he is a master of using that hop kick. Lydia's hop kick activates so quickly and just bop, able to get the damage and the wall carry, which is, I think, the crazy part that she has. Once she gets opponent to the wall, she could really, really deal out the damage.
You said something that I'm not going to lie, this sounds mad scrubby. It feels like it's faster than what it really is. Like sometimes
Man,
like, they'll just step and go to it, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, how did that hit me?
Yep.
And then, of course, because of the screw system, auto screw right after. But she can still get so much post screw, even if it auto screws like that. It feels like
not just
with
that,
her
she
combo
could go for
routing,
some crazy
it's really easy to still get the wall,
That's for sure. The follow up here misses the elbow, and that's the second time we've seen that from Rangchu. Not able to capitalize and get the combo in that situation. He's been getting the right reads on the homing attacks here, trying to catch Gen from sidestepping.
Yeah, cat stands high, being able to take the plus range.
Tool set,
content to just back
Lydia
up
is one of those characters. Lydia is definitely one of those characters that has just amazing tools overall, able to kind of really break down the opponent, force them to play a certain way, and then that's when Gen really starts to capitalize. Nice counter hit. Good, he knew there was a gap there, able to do the G-Clef cannon. There we go.
Lows there, you can see Rangchu out, of course, stepping a lot, trying to avoid some of these more linear approaches from Gen, but again, hop kick finds a way to connect. Blue sparks. Ooh, just out of range of the whip punish. That would have been a really bad situation for Rangchu. Back to the wall like that, would have had to eat some more cat stance pressure.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder if Rangchu was intentionally going for that mountain crusher. Oh, the red tape comes out. The follow-up went for the teep kick. Not able to land here. We got about a sliver left, but the rage is what makes it scary. Julia pops you once, it could be all over.
Yeah, finds the low in Rangchu's movement, though. Again, up on rounds here. Saw use of Political Storm to be able to get into. That's another just great tool that this character has. Just to be able to, it feels like free pressure, dude. Like, that's just the fact that you can confirm it like that, especially with a player with really good reactions to be able to see that,
Yeah, kind of masking it in with the backdash and the side step as well. You have like a 14-frame advancing move with high priority. It's really, really scary.
Yeah,
clean on the slight life lead here for Rangchu. Puts Gen into a very advantageous position, I gotta say. Anytime she has rage and she has that drive with your back to the wall, that's when you gotta watch out for Lydia. Oh! The block and the cancel into the low, but not able to do it here. Tied up, final round of this opening game.
Yeah, missed this opportunity there. Went for a delayed low instead. 4-4-1's working out here for Rangchu. Okay, down 4-1.
Afterwards.
Yep, gets the follow-up. Wall pressure in favor of Rangchu right now. Political Storm.
Nice. Good punish there.
Chop Rangchu with some good defense here.
Ooh! Not a lot of characters are going to get that knockdown when blocking that down back two from Lydia. So Julia does have kind of the advantage there to kind of control the narrative, especially after with the good defensive read. And look at that, Rangchu taking that first game.
Yeah, you got to put some respect on his name, man. TWT champ. We got two of them.
Why is he rolling his eyes back? Is he doing the Undertaker? What's going on? He's enabling the dark arts, the power.
On Christmas?
That was wild, man. I wasn't expecting that. So in case you guys didn't know, these guys are playing offline. This is for some people it could be a very different mindset and matchup the way they go into it. So it's obviously a different test of wills here, but either way, Rangchu off to the start of the races with the advantage. He's up 1-0. Going to Violet Systems.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up about Julia too. She's one of those cheating characters where her her rising kick like that knocks down. Really big benefit for him against Lydia and Gen right now.
Nice. Gets the Mountain Crusher combo at the wall here. Puts the brakes on there. That forward 4 Sequence. Now the pressure. Oh, and there's, man,
There it
that
is.
came out of nowhere. That flash kick. Boom.
Nice heaven and earth low. Big chunky low on
Oh,
wake
the
up
wall
too.
bounce. Not getting it. Just
bounce
outside
about
of
the
range
pressure
here.
here.
What?
What happened?
How did he get hit? Did he try to
or
step at
something?
the last minute? I think so. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, was probably looking for the whiff punish to be able to try to seal the round, but it works out in favor of Rangchu, and all of a sudden, again now on the back foot here. 4-4-1 doing work.
Nice. The follow up here, and the forward 1+2 did a ton of damage. Here's the follow up.
Dude,
Will the elbow
huge.
hit this time? Goes for the down forward 1, and the follow up guaranteed afterwards.
Just such chunky damage for just like very incidental hits, you know.
She
Down
slaps.
4-8,
She
but
slaps hella
ooh,
hard.
just out of range.
And again, gotta be very careful how you pick your shots here. Rangchu looking to come out into the lead here in the group stage here. Remember, it's all about how well you do against everybody else, not just a single particular matchup. Oh, nice while standing attack and the follow-up there. Again, able to get on the scoreboard, tying it up rounds-wise.
Yeah, Rangchu, you can tell these two play against each other a lot. In the range where Gen is normally at his scariest, they get against a lot of opponents, Rangchu feels very, very confident in his guard. He has not really given up much to the cat stance mix-ups at all on the rare events that Gen has been able to get hits into the mix-up. There you go. That proper bet there. Counter hit 4.
And that's exactly one of those situations you were just talking about. That comfort zone is him pulling out that magic 4 and capitalizing and confirming the combo. This is going to be it. Ouch.
Yo, Rangchu on set point. This is not that weird, but I think this is definitely not what Gen had in mind.
Oh, and the nice wall standing attack. The follow-up here, he's going to get the wall.
Yeah, but then delay for the extra chunk of damage. Thanks to the scaling.
And again, the wall standing attack, able to get the knockdown.
It's good for just
Try
being
to
able
catch
to
him
break up the
stepping.
momentum like that, you know? This goes mid there.
Okay,
Drop
back to the wall.
What you got
gonna
for
do?
Rangchu? Just back up.
Again, fighting for his life here, trying to secure that point. This is huge. Those hop kicks are going to do a ton of damage here. The wall as well. What are you going to do? Is that going to be it? Oh, it wasn't enough.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Rangchu 2-0.
Thank you, spirits.
I mean, spirits indeed. That was crazy. That combo did just enough for the unscaled forward 3 at the very end after the stomp. And look at that. Rangchu now up in the group stage here.
I hate the... You can't say upset. You can't say that. But that is, I don't think is how a lot of people had this group drafted up.
Yep.
Right off the bat, Rangchu going up 1-0 over who a lot of people would have thought, I think, make it out of this group on winner's side. That's already it's already getting kind of dicey. Now it puts it, I think, on Pinya. I'm thinking, like, how is Pinya going to shake things up?
Pinya,
You know, if he's able to cut one, and the fact that that was a 2-0 is a big deal too, right? In the event that it comes down to differentials. Yeah, I think Group A now is this is a hell tournament, dude. This stuff is not even fair, bro. It's just mad like top level people in each group. There's no easy dub. That's the thing.
That's the thing. And you again, it's not like bracket play where you just have to get into the clear, into the winner side. There is no winner side until you figure out how you did against the other 3 players. You have to do as best as you can and be as tight as you can. You want to win 2-0 as much as you can.
Yeah, even that's the thing. Even when you lose, you still have to play tight. You still have to make sure, like, did I at least get that 2-1? Did I at least lose 2-1? Yep. You gotta give me a game at least. Because if it comes down to that differential and you're the odd man out, like, that's not gonna feel good, man.
Definitely not. But that is our first set of the day. Wow. So Rangchu goes 2-0 versus Gen, who many would think is the favorite. Obviously, he was the leader in points throughout the entire season. But Gen's going to have to really fight back to kind of make up for that deficit now.
But I really like the way
Rangchu
played that. Really good defense overall, but also kind of like a passive attitude where he would be willing to just block the cat stance mix-ups high, and then instead of trying to force an issue or try to do side movement from there, just back up. When he had open space, just back up. Let's play neutral again, you know. And it really worked out for him.
He did not give Lydia a chance to do her stuff at all. It was actually really nice to see that he actually took control of the matchup there. But again, it just shows how dangerous not only Rangchu is as a player, but is really his mastery of Julia.
Master Julia, and I'd also say reads too, right? Those situations are they're in Lydia's favor. Even you know, you're on the defensive back foot there. But he hedged his bets on some really good picks. You know, that's got to come down to a player read. Obviously, they play each other a lot. They're going to have that knowledge of one another and what options each one likes to go to. But he brought it today, man. Gen was a little bit too slow to adapt. So now I think it's, man, that Group A all of a sudden is a little bit more shaken up. I think we're going to kind of know what we're looking at in a couple games, but let's see what we got coming up next, man.
Yeah, I believe Gen is going to be staying on as far as the match order goes. I think it's going to be Gen and Double coming up next. So Double going to be making his first appearance here into the group play. Gen, we just saw using Lydia, but Gen has a number of characters. You know, I feel like he's been using more often than not, at least from what I've been seeing stream-wise, he's been using a lot more of Fakumram. So this could be an interesting matchup depending on the choice from Double as well, because Double's been messing with Fakumram Lydia as well. But I don't know if we're going to see a mirror match. Mirror matches never seem to be the choice from when Gen goes into gameplay against other players.
Yeah, this is time has mostly been like, I think 50-50 split in a lot of the serious major competitions with regards to Fakumram and Lydia character selection. But
yep.
One reason maybe why Double I think has struggled against Gen so much in Season 4, and again just for example, Gen's win rate against Double in Season 4 competition is pretty high. But when you think about it, it's also because all the characters that Double is going to now, Gen also uses that, you know, he's won events at that same level, you know, with those same characters. So it comes down to, I think, who's able to get into that infighting range and get a read on the other player first.
Yeah.
I think Gen for a long time, like I said, this was a player matchup that haunted him for a long time. And I think he's gotten to the point now where he's very good at channeling a completely different mindset on how he does his range zero, keep that compact play, but he's very good at adjusting his timing and being self-conscious about his press habits and also being able to read Double's movement.
We'll see. I mean, they're going to go right into it. I think this is going to be obviously a big challenge for Double, just kind of dealing with the pressure inherently going into the matchup here. As you mentioned, though, he's done pretty well against Gen throughout the course of the season. So it'll be interesting to see which character he brings to the forefront, at least in this offline setting. After this
is a big opportunity for
we're
him.
going to finally see Pinya as well.
Yeah,
Pinya doesn't use anyone else except
plate.
for Raven, right?
That's not exactly true. He does have
Okay.
a pocket Leroy, maybe a couple other characters.
We all do. Right?
He's playing Raven. He's playing Raven.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, this is a big opportunity also for Double, I think, I mean, he could really, really define this group right now. If he's able to come up with a dub somehow, especially 2-0, I think that could really like open up this group a lot. It would put him in good position, I think, get on winner's side, honestly.
Yeah, either one. Obviously, all the pressure is on Gen right now because Gen needs to perform because he has not won a match yet. Does not have anything on the scoreboard, so he really needs this. But it'll be fun. I mean, if we could find out this early on how much it will shift into the Group A, that's going to make things kind of juicy, especially if you think about Group B. Man, if I'm Nobi on the other side, Nobi's probably, you know, doing the Birdman thing right now, probably feeling really good about his picks. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's also interesting to consider, too. You know, I think one reason why Gen moved Chikarin over to Nobi's group during the selection, too, because he knows that that's another matchup kind of similar to these, where Chikarin has a very good understanding of how he plays the game. Then also character matchup, the way he plays, I think, is difficult for Gen, especially when you consider how much they play together and how much they train together.
Yeah.
Having him over in Nobi's side, I think he probably hedges his bets. Then he gets out loser. There's a chance he could get out loser side to where, in an ideal scenario, you get to grand finals, right, and you're on winner side. You don't have to go over Chikarin twice. You only have to beat him once. Because I think in the long set, Chikarin could give him a lot of trouble.
Here we got Double.
Double now
Stepping
coming through,
up
though.
to the plate.
Yogun. We gotta get some laser beams like this in the office, man. This kind of. We need a cameraman too. I want somebody to do the when we do intros here. we need like the staggered camera guy. You know what I mean? For the
we need to have some type of real motion to it. We need a heartbeat.
Yeah. But
So
this matchup, yeah, I guess my biggest question mark is going to be character selection. I think.
Yeah, and I honestly don't know. I mean, it's going to be a combination of Lydia and Fakumram from both sides. Oh wait, he's going up against Pinya. That's the match you're going into.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess nice to see we're sticking to the script. Here we go. Pinya versus Double. All right. But yeah, this is top class Master Raven. You might not have missed it. You know, you might have missed him if you haven't been watching a lot of JP-based events for the past 2 years or so. But he has made a very, very big jump in levels in performance. I think he is not even playing. It's not even close to the same level of play that he had in 2019. This is definitely one of the best players of the character. End of sentence. Straight up. That's out of somebody like Tissuemon's mouth too. You know, think about that.
Yeah, Tishumon, I mean, I saw him doing commentary on ICFC, really giving props to Pinya, how his level of play has grown.
はい。そうですね、まあ僕のブロックはやっぱドーナツ USG3 人いるっていうことで、まあ僕が対抗として出てるんですけども、結構その人対策の部分で、キャラ対というよりも結構人対策、この人はこうしてくるっていう部分を詰めてきたんで、まあちょっとそこを出し切れたらいいなとは思っています。はい。
Yeah, so he said of course he's going up against all 3 Donuts USG members here. So he said like especially I think for Double, he has a lot of experience in this matchup. Both of these two guys, you know, especially during arcade days, they play against each other a lot. But Master Raven, he's going to have the counterplay. So he'll be happy if he can be able to display that. Good matchup experience and counter matchup.
はい。そうですね、やっぱり今回 A グループリディアがおそらく2キャラ出てくるだろうということで、まあ、結構いろんな人にリディア対策を教えてもらいつつ結構戦ってきたので、まあ、でもやっぱちょっと自信はあるんですけど、やっぱ僕他の今回出場している7人とは違って若手に、分類すると思うので、ちょっと新しい風を吹かせてやりたいなと思っているので、ぜひ皆さん応援よろしくお願いします。
Yeah, so he's like, thanks for supporting me and everything, but he's gonna have to go through Lydia in this group, and fortunately he was able to study up a lot on the character and learn a lot about counterplay and just the matchup in general. So he's a little bit confident, but this is gonna be a tough match for him.
We'll see, we'll see. And again, you know, it's one of those things like Lydia came out as DLC, obviously the last character or the most recent character that we have, and I think a lot of people have been, you know, learning slowly that she is a buff character because, you know, out the gates, no one was like, oh, she's super top tier. But then slowly but surely, we started seeing her winning tournaments and really starting to make a name for herself as a character.
Yeah,
damn, he's been playing since Tekken 2. This is tight.
I think when you, yeah, I mean, he was the original Wonder Kid, right? There was, I think since he was 12 or 10 or something like that. That's how the story goes. But Double was the original kind of Wonder Kid for the JP Tekken scene out here. Again, kind of the next generation of that in a way, which is kind of interesting. Which is why that player matchup, it's kind of like a micro generation kind of battle, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy. Damn, Tekken 2. That's my time. Damn, Pinya started in tag 2.
Mm-hmm.
So out of all the players, he's the newest player in terms of experience game-wise, considering Tag 2.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Before this.
I guess that's true. Yeah, and like I said, man, Pinya, I think 2019, 2018 Pinya is a completely different. His growth in terms of competitive ability and to perform is like night and day. He made a huge jump in ability. It's crazy. And it goes to show you, he never really took any opportunities for granted. Showed up at the local every week. I'll be honest with you, man. It's hard to get some players out to go to some events if there isn't like some added incentive, right? He never looked at that and thought that way. He just showed up and just was ready to play every time, every local, every gathering like that. Yeah, he just wanted to get better, and I mean, it's a feel good thing, man. Seeing him be able to get into this group of 8 in Japan like this, and now I would even say he's almost like a mainstay with it, you know?
Yeah, I've been seeing Pinya a lot more in terms of like online tournaments, placing very well. But aside from that, you know, a lot of people herald him for his movement. His movement with the character is legendary, and you're going to see a lot of things. People call it the Pinya step. Hopefully, we'll get to see some of that during the matchup. But right now, it is going to be Lydia versus Master Raven as they go into the matchup here. Double with that Lydia.
movement, poking, also combo precision. He is in many ways he is doing some crazy shit with this character right now.
Nice. Whoa, right out the
Those
gates.
mid-kicks.
Went for the teleportation jutsu. Oh, second
Back
hit.
3 after the 1+2.
Look at that. He's going to get the wall. Oh, just shy
short
of it.
but yeah, he's going to get the pressure, though. Gets the sweep off. He's down for 1. These jab strings. Man, that's the thing. When you're able to get so close like that and just apply that pressure like that, especially if you're a former Law player, you know, it just, with what this character and what she does, you just feel right at home.
Yeah, and not just, you know, any Law player. We're talking about one of the fastest paced, like, players in general is the way that Double plays. I mean, that's his, right? The Speed Star. He plays at another level in terms of in your face.
He brings a lot of that experience. You can tell just by the way he applies pressure and by the way he moves. He brings a lot of that experience to this character.
Oh, yeah.
1-2 interrupting from Pinya
Political
there.
Storm Rush. Back to back.
Plus
Really
brings
wanting
that
to
to
get
the
in
drive.
your face.
Political
Ooh,
Storm,
he tried to
Political
close
Storm all day
wrong
long.
punish.
You cannot lost anyone that.
Second hit again. The
Counter hit
impatience here
launcher.
for Pinya. Catching another counter hit for his troubles, and now the wall comes into play. Nice delay on the last hit there.
Yeah, that's just good timing to be able to, again, maximize the scaling there. Huge 60% chunk just like that. Political Storm trying it once again, and you're able to get into that range 0. Play real compact from here. Testing with
he's in
jabs,
range,
mid pokes.
About even on life, finally gets the scoop, the follow-up. Nice, I like it. Able to get the round there.
Sick.
Pinya on the scoreboard.
And what set up for that was just a really good punish. He let the whole, double. That string is hit confirmable. He let the whole string rip. And then Pinya, of course, queued up the 10 frame. Able to put himself in good position to close out the round.
There.
But double, just incidental hits, just mids, just good mix here. 4-4-3.
Bro,
Right into
and
range
he's
of the
just,
sweep,
again,
and double closes it out. Yep.
not afraid, able to just go in and double, really showing his control of the situation of the matchup. I feel like he was very comfortable going into that, the way he was playing.
Yeah, they have a
Going
lot of
to
play
the
experience against
stage
one
select.
another, but then double in particular is just he just seems like really comfortable with this matchup, character matchup wise, not just player matchup wise, but character as well. This is gonna be a hard one for Pinya to go over. Like I said, they play. They're used to playing in arcade events. They play offline, and a lot of obviously they have too much experience against each other.
All right, going into Violet Systems. As the stage change here, let's see if this is able to affect the matchup at all as they go into it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Doubles had the advantage against Pinya in Season 4. Short sets and long sets. It's just going to be a tough one for Pinya to get through. Counter hit 4-1.
Nice big counter hit here.
Using Power Crush for the additional carry here.
And this is a good spot to
+2
be in.
there.
I mean, but double already getting out of the situation.
Yeah, it was a good spot. He lost it, unfortunately. Back to the wall here. Able to score some hits out of back turn. Nice.
The delay
trade
and
working out
still,
for Pinya.
yeah, still finished it. That's the crazy part. Okay, goes for the mid option. How's he going to deal with it? And the thing is, I think the thing that we're going to see is Pinya taking risks. Pinya's going to have to take risks to really kind of open him up. The way that double is playing is way too clean. Risks and counter hits, kind of waiting for the timing and outplaying on that mindset going into the matchup. There's some of the
He didn't
step
take
there.
too many that round. Just really good use of just down back 2. Messing around with the cancel point, let the follow-up rip, found a counter hit, and that was the round. But as the
Counter
match
hit.
goes on, as it goes longer and longer, he's definitely going to hit a situation where he's going to have to take some risks. That's very
That's
unfortunate. That's
unfortunate.
some Raven stuff right there. That is super unfortunate. And I hope he does not pay for it with the round. That is painful to watch.
Uh-oh. I have a feeling that red tape's going to come out at any moment. But the low jab,
Crouch
able to
jab,
take a
the
3-round
answer.
straight,
Wow.
very quick. What an answer.
The fist pump, he knows he needed that round, that game. That's such a big confidence boost for him.
They're going back to the stage select screen as we get to our decisive match here on who's going to come out on top. What's he thinking?
Double
Open stage, is that the
thinking about-
classic?
Thinking about character or stage? Stage, right?
I hope your affairs are in order.
All right, here we go. Love this stage.
So
Love the
balcony
music.
break. Pinya, you see fishing high for that sweet chin music. Wants the counter hit launch. Fishing with these jabs, down for ones. Counter hit jackknife, looking for it. Gonna get hop kick. Gonna get taken to the wall. Low parry on the get up low.
And Double's
You're in
been having
sweep
all the
range.
reads so far.
Yeah.
But the rage is in play. This could be huge. It's all about how he's able to land these things. And nice, gets that one
Yeah.
jab combo, able to close out. Double
Was looking to
again,
get a little crazy
fighting
there.
back.
Wanted the wall bounce, maybe to get a sidewall conversion and be able to look for a, make it a two-touch game, but Double kind of wise to it.
Now, what's the mix?
65%, just like that.
What a block and what an option to go for that low there.
While standing forward, they take the pressure there. Double blocking mid. Pinya's had really good use of
Oh,
jabs
nice.
this set too. Really, just
Oh,
as a means to break up Double's pressure, but then also put himself in a position where he can use Raven's like down back 2 or sliding down 4 or down 3. Tagged at a cartwheel plus
Mid
frames,
option.
tags him low.
Pinya really starting to change things up and change the pacing of the overall match. Double no longer going in, kind of picking his shots now. Oh my gosh, that wasn't even counter hit.
Step in,
He flinched, he got
re-screw.
hit.
Resplat. Oh no, let the whole string rip, was looking for a splat, didn't get it.
There we go, big opportunity for Double here. Went for the hop kick. Here's the low.
Sweet. I like that. Double, willing to just take his touch, get the health lead. Cat stance, he just dips on out. That time tries to press the issue. Pinya ready with the answer. While standing one, let's go, baby.
Oh,
Up
yeah,
kicks.
he's getting towards the wall.
The season 3 wall conversion. Oh, claps him up.
Oh man,
touch.
don't be a
Not
victim
like
to the
this,
rage.
Pinya. Not like this.
Oh my goodness.
God.
Well, that's unfortunate right there because his life bar just disappeared at the very end. I don't know how he got hit by the standing series at the end, but
Yeah,
it's
it
just
was
something
just- it
probably
was-
he did not expect.
That sequence, it was just, I don't know what happened, dude. He got tagged like 3 times. In a
He
very
put himself
short
into a
amount of
really
time.
good position. He landed
Yeah.
that huge combo going into it. I thought it was just going to be a simple mix-up, but he just got tagged by Annie at the very end, and Double came out on top.
And that's crazy, dude. From that situation, sliver of health, and it all started with like emergency toe tap. That's what it.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the start of it. But Double going over Pinya 2-1. Double now, I think in actually, yeah, that's an important one. You got to imagine he was looking to get a 2-0 there, but Pinya actually played that pretty well. I thought second game was really really good change of pace for him. And
could've
hopefully
gone
he
either
has
way,
enough confidence
especially
now
that
to be
last
able to
round.
make something happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was-
I mean, with 2 matches in the books now, it still could go either way for any one of the players. These second matchups, whenever someone goes into the second match, that's where it's really going to matter. Is like you do not want to go into the group stage with 2 losses. But looking at the overall standings right now, you guys can see both Rangchu and Double have a win on their side. Rangchu, however, winning clean in his set, going 2-0 over again earlier on. So he sits at the top currently when it comes to the game differential. But just looking at this overall, man, it's going to be a crazy race for second. I'll say that. It's shaping up that way.
It's very much so, like, kind of wide open. I think it has that feeling.
So we are going to have our next match that's going to be coming up momentarily. We thank you guys for tuning in, watching the Tekken Online Challenge for Japan region. These are our finals. Of course, these guys are playing offline, so we get to see the added spectacle of these guys just being able to pull off all of their tricks in real time. So it's really nice to see that. Any thoughts on the upcoming matches? Because I think based on what we have, some of the other matches that we're going to be seeing is going to be it's either going to be Double versus Rangchu or Pinya versus Rangchu coming up.
Pinya versus Rangchu is an interesting one. I think that one could... Rangchu has the advantage, but again, I think Pinya kind of has that... You see what happens, man, especially when you get this guy offline. I mean, he had all of his 10-frame punishes just lined up. You forget what it's like playing online, dropping the 10-frame punish opportunities. Did not miss a beat that set, right? It's going to favor Rangchu, by a significant percentage, but it's first to 2. So Pinya's opportunity, his chance, is going to be greater in the short set than the long set.
So it looks like it's Double and Rangchu that are playing right now. So I did not think we would see Law. Straight up, I'm gonna be straight up. I did not think Law was coming out to play, but he's here now.
I also did not. Makes you wonder, especially because honestly, up until now, Double has had a pretty favorable matchup against Rangchu.
Jesus, what a combo to start it off, though. I put the brakes on there with the 4-4-2, keeping the advantage here. And, you know, Law, one of those characters we rarely get to see in these tournament regional finals. We don't get to see Law too much. So it's really nice to see, of
complete
course,
wall control
probably
there.
one of the best Law players in Japan. Ooh, we blocked
he's
it.
the best, especially with the execution requirements and things like that. You know, we're used to talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
Nice Dragon Cannon Ender. Low taps. You know what? That also might speak to the respect that he has on Rangchu's ability to play that matchup against Lydia. You know, maybe that
look at this.
he looks at Rangchu and says, "Man, this guy's really confident, plays really well against that character." He just watched Rangchu beat Gen 2-0. You know, maybe he's like, you know, I probably have more faith in my Law.
Nice, gets the follow-up combo. Doesn't get the low enough splat there for the follow-up, but still keeping that control. Rangchu doing a great job. Yeah, Rangchu definitely needs to kind of get the momentum in his favor. Otherwise, Double is going to be going in. Double.
There's the upper in the mid-range.
See what he does. How is he going to deal with this right now? He does have the life lead now. Oh, the second hit. Caught him moving. Oh, my God. And he's going to close it out.
That's it. 1-0.
3 rounds straight with Law. Jeez.
Yeah, this was definitely the better pick for him. I think that's
he's out
what
of
it
water.
was.
Someone get him a refill. He needs more.
That should be someone's job at offline. Dude, I'm bringing it back. 2022, 2023. We need what? When did we become so prideful, Mark? What's wrong with being a stick caddy? What's wrong with holding water bottles for other people? You know, what's
Ain't
wrong
nothing
with
wrong with that, man.
We got to expand the market, bro. We need more jobs at these events. Look, hit me up. I'm gonna get it started. If you want to be somebody's stick caddy or if you want to carry water bottles for players, hit me up.
You know all these orgs,
exposure.
they need one of those.
we pay
water
an
guy in the
exposure
biz.
and I'll make some
Cloud
NFTs
bucks.
for you. How about that?
Here we go. The follow-up. He should be able to push towards the wall here.
Yeah, absolutely. Not going to get a wall conversion there, but he gets this benefit of this pressure.
Nice. Great sidestep. Goes for the tracking attack. Able to land it all. Dude, Double is playing out of his mind. The switch up, you know, I fully expected him to go in with Fakumram or Lydia, but he's just been tearing it up with this Law.
Yeah. I mean, he's shown... You heard what Nobi said during the selection video, right? We don't need 2 dudes that play like this in the same group, which I think tells you a lot about how he sees himself as a player. But look at what Double's doing. He's so good at being able to get in range 0, establish control, just poking with jabs, down for 1s. He's threatening lows. Nothing even too crazy. And then just when you think you understand, right? There's that uppercut out of nowhere. He gets a wall sequence, and all of a sudden you're just, you know, you're looking lost. Big counter hit launch here from Rangchu, though.
Nice, and that's going to hurt. How's he going to keep him there? What's he going to do?
Low touch, bow and arrow at the wall. Flip.
Crashing the
He
party,
was in the
tying it
danger
up on
zone right
rounds.
there. Double had the wall in rage, too. Good on him to be able to find that mid-hit to be able to close it out.
I mean, how long can this last? How long can this display of the non-DLC character work? The pressure, nice again. Right uppercut, the follow-up, getting the wall into the Dragon Cannon. Nice low jab. But the slidey.
Yeah, just pay attention to the clock in these rounds, too. Where matches where Rangchu is able to space him out or be able to get, you know, free range to be able to move around on the stage, tends to turn into a slower kind of round where it becomes more competitive. It becomes very close like this, right? He's able to, again, play that poking more from range 2, range 3. But when Double's able to get in, I mean, the rounds become like very, very fast in his favor. He's able to just pile on the offense like that.
Now Rangchu with a great kind of turn of events there. Able to go up on rounds now. Let's see what he does and how he's able to capitalize. Oh, while standing 1.
Betted on the uppercut.
Yeah, use that rage to his advantage here. The follow-up here again with the 4-4-3. Look at all that damage. Not just that, he has the positioning that he wants. It's going to be tough noodles here for double. What's he going to do? Okay. Sidestep to the attack. Big risk there from double. It's a
Look at
guessing game
Rangchu's
by the
guard.
wall.
No fear.
Oh,
No
man,
fear,
why'd he
dude.
finish it?
He just had faith in his guard and he saw something else he was able to do a lot that game was using lows to be able to try to restrict double's movement, but then also just finding a lot of just chip damage from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Felt like a lot of times where double was trying to step, he just walked right into a down 4 or something like that.
Yeah, it's just an annoying, pesky low kick. Something that you obviously don't want to duck. You get hit by those low kicks all day, but eventually it just takes its toll, and that's what he was banking on right there. But obviously, he did not bite. He was able to hold strong and take it to the very end. Right now, tied up now, 1 apiece. This is a big one. Both of these players have a win going into this. But who will come out on top now?
And I
Nice. The
think the end
delay
of that
here,
game
able to
showed
land extra
something too
hits.
with Rangchu. Very big confidence. You know, he gets against the wall. This is something that you learned a lot from watching him fight like Chikarin and stuff like that. He's not in a big hurry to kind of step off the wall or anything. He's confident in being able to block. Did not block at all that round. God damn. Double ran all over him.
Oh, yeah. How's he going to do this? Tries to counter back with the
finally
magic 4.
finds
This time able to land. That should hit the wall, too.
Oh, it's magic.
You know. Oh!
Blue
Nice
spars.
Mountain Crusher combo. Trying to keep that
Doubles
pressure. Had the counter hit
wall
while standing
defense, too.
4.
No
Oh,
break?
he did not
Wow.
break. Uh-oh. We have liftoff.
Not good. Not good. Dragon Cannon just outside of Rage 2. Looking for the uppercuts to finish
Ooh.
it. Break.
I like it there. Trying to thread the needle, but the duck and the while standing attack punish. Looking to close it out. He might be dead.
Absolutely.
He might be dead. Well, he was dead. Round apiece here. Let's see how this is going to turn out. But that was such a clutch while standing one moment there. And the trade into the
Trade and
conversion.
pick up. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so fair,
Again.
Mark. That's so fair.
Yeah. Give it to everybody.
Cheating, bro.
How's he going to follow up here? What is double going to do? Oh, there's a punish. Just shy of the wall, but still gets the splat and the follow-up. Running slash kick pressure. How are you going to deal with it? The party crasher's coming out.
Throwing the banana peel kick in there. Rage drive, going to be able to try to step left side, try to get the wall. No?
Nice. He keeps going for that while standing 3. He's trying to restrict his movement here, not giving him an opportunity. The mid this time.
On the mid hits.
Nice low parry. He's going to kill him.
Doubles
That
gonna
should
steal
be
the
it.
round.
I mean, that wasn't necessary, but he wanted a moment to breathe here. Sometimes you need to slow it down. And look at that. 2 rounds to 1. Double on the verge of taking the set here. How's he going to do it, though? Oh, he did not believe all the way.
Yeah, he had the whiff punish, let it go. 4-4-1 here from Rangchu. Jab pressure.
Nice low. Into,
He takes
oh my
lows,
gosh, the
comes up with
4-4
launch,
series.
Yeah.
Caught him off guard. This is going to hurt big time. Ouch.
Double in Rage,
One more hit
though.
can do
Still
it.
has a chance.
Oh. Again, banking on that down 1-3, the second hit,
Yep.
getting whiff punished. And look at that final round.
Fully commits to his duck there. G-Clef first 2 hits. The break on the grab that time for Rangchu, able to get some space here. As long as he doesn't show any huge whiffs like he did past couple rounds. that
Oh,
really
the
gave Double a
second
chance.
hit. Sometimes it's those moments, though, where there's no way he'll finish. He did it. I can't believe he did it. Oh, the slide. Slide at the wall is so scary. Especially when it comes
Very
to
low
punishing.
committal hits
Sometimes
that
you're
just
not at that
added up
angle.
to be able to create this lead for Double too.
Ooh,
Just solid
this
wall
is big.
pressure.
He has the wall splat. Sidestep 4, sidestep 3.
Rangchu brought it back.
How's he
Oh
gonna
my
deal with it?
god.
Nice low parry. He's getting a lot. Is it enough? One mix-up. Ooh, look at Double
Wow.
taking it.
Big win
I
for
like
Double.
it.
That was a big opportunity for Rangchu to be able to make a big impact in this group. Yeah, and he knows he let that one go. That would have put him in very good position to get on the winner's side. But Double able to come up with the dub. As soon as he saw the aerial on that that 3 kick, you could just go for the low parry.
Yeah, this puts Double into a very good position within the group stage here. Among the donuts, he is doing pretty damn good. Gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, he's 2-1, 2-1. If he's able to come up with a dub against Gen, you know, I think he puts himself in pretty good
He'll
position.
be in there like swimwear. But good stuff so far. I mean, I like what Double's doing, and again, I felt like he was at a disadvantage going into it, obviously, but you know, he believes in his game. He pulled out the law, the magic. He saw what happened with Lydia early on. He was like, that's not going to be me. I'm going to switch it up. Go with my main. He was able to pull it off. Good stuff.
Yeah, like we said earlier, Double, I think for season 4, he's had a positive matchup against Rangchu. But so you have to imagine the law pick was just because he saw what Rangchu did against Gen and was like, I have no reason to make that pick after seeing that, especially because he knows that he's not going to be able to bring anything crazy to the table that Rangchu doesn't fight against on a regular basis, right? So
That's true.
have confidence in some keep it loyal, if you will. You know, we had that conversation not too long ago. Stay loyal. He went back to law and he's able to get the job done.
Yeah, some pros are loyal. Some pros are loyal. Anyways, go with it's. I mean, just looking at the rest of the matchups that we have. So, the way that the field is looking right now, and the way that the scores are. Obviously, we were just talking about it. We have two wins on the side for Double. So that puts him in a good position where he could either finish out at the top or in second place, depending on how the rest of things pan out throughout the group stage. However, that puts us into a precarious situation for everybody else because they are now going to be vying for that second place spot. Or first, depending on who the player is. Like, Gen still has a good chance, right? But that's what I think it's going to be decisive, just kind of looking at this. And this is why it gets exciting for the round-robin plays, because you have to be on point every single match. Otherwise, it gets scarier and scarier whether or not you'll make it out.
You have to play it out. And again, even if you know you're going to take an L, you still got to fight to at least put a game up. Because it could very well come down to that, you know? That's all it takes.
Yep. Trying to see what match we're going to be getting on next. I mean, obviously it all depends on how this is flowing, but again, I hope you guys are tuning in and enjoying this Tekken Online Challenge, last event, I believe, for the year, I think, right?
Yeah, if you guys are watching, man, I know for some of y'all, this may be your first run. You know, with the events out here, bro, they're doing their own thing. We're just along for the ride, just like you guys are, man. Just
yeah.
Thanks for sticking around with us, though. Happy holidays to everybody watching. Make sure y'all chill out, get something to drink, and just relax. You know, you're along for the ride, just like
is
we
the
are.
eggnog hitting yet? Eggnog hitting yet? You good?
A little bit. I told you, man. I know you ate a lot more than me, man. I had like a rice ball for Christmas dinner. I'm like, man, this sucks. I'm like, bro, I would do anything to go over this shit.
Go back to the States and get a nice wholesome meal that'll put you to bed. Yo, I woke up 2 hours before this thing started, and you know, I purposely changed my sleep schedule for this event just to be able to be, like, you know, fully rested, fully awake, and to be able to enjoy this.
Pillow of the
obviously
scene.
the holiday season. I want to be able to enjoy it as much as I can and yell. I warned my family in advance, like, hey man, I know we got holiday gathering at the house, but I'm going to be yelling in the room. If I'm yelling, nothing bad's happening. I'm just hype off the Tekken.
I'm just imagining your family just barging into the room, just like,
you
what
good?
happened?
Who won? No, my brother's here. He's warning them right now. He'll be like, oh, they're doing Tekken right now. Anyways, you guys can see the Pool A scoreboard right now. Double at the very top. 2-0. He was able to achieve a 2-1 victory in each one of his matchups so far. Rangchu is now 1-1 in the group stage, and then Pinya and Gen both do not have a win yet. However, they do have some extra matches coming up. You remember, every one of these players will be playing 3 matchups overall. So depending on their score and how they place, they're either in there, or it's going to be one of those things where we're going to have to go to the scorecards. And, you know, that's when...
Yeah, and if you guys haven't been paying attention, like Mark was saying, right? Pool's session is all first to 2, right? But the top 2 will then go into our last 4-man bracket where everything becomes first to 3. Slightly longer set. For some players, that's going to come in. That's going to really benefit some of them who tend to play better in longer sets and need a little bit more time to get that adjustment. You know.
Yeah, sometimes it's just that adjustmentation is enough, man. You need that extra match, you need the extra gulag, and you're able to go through.
Or for some people, man, they need to take an L, sit down, think about it, and then they come back with just like renewed vigor. You know, there's players like that, man. Especially in these groups, there's quite a few instances of that throughout Season 4 where maybe, you know, like Hakayo. I think Hakayo got one of his big dojo wins to be able to slide into this 8-man group. He just had a, like, quickening at some, you know, Highlander style, just quickening at some point after a loss and just kicked into overdrive. He's gotten dubs on everybody in his group at some point in time over the past few months. So that group's going to get pretty dicey, I think. It's really going to... That's the thing with all these things, with these kinds of events is, like Nobi said, right? It's not... It wouldn't be that strange for any one person to kind of step up and play really, really lights out for one day. It's, you know, it's token when we say like any given Sunday. As long as you know that there's power levels here, but they play against each other so much and they have so much experience against each other, it would not be strange for one person to just step up and just deliver a really big performance today.
Oh yeah,
especially offline.
And that's what I like to see, is especially when we have that, you know, that point of view, that camera angle where we get to watch the players and see how they react. You know, it was so nice, for example, with the recent Red Bull Kumite, to see Gen take that victory over Knee in the finals and just see how relieved he was to be able to pull that off. That kind of stuff just goes a long way. Anyways, we are going into the next matchup. Pinya back on the sticks once again.
The Red Raven.
See how this plays out.
Going up against Gen, it seems.
Yeah, this should be Gen. Pinya and Gen going at it as we go into the next matchup here in our group stage.
This is going to be a tough matchup for Pinya. This is one of the players who really taught him how to play this matchup. But just traditionally, Gen is really been favored when they face off in tournament. You see right there. Jab pressure at the wall. The time goes with the core circle 1+2.
Yo, that storm.
Just to be able to just get on out of there and put you at the wall for no reason. Okay, cool.
It must be nice to have a sequence where you just throw it out and hope it hits. It must be nice.
I'm not gonna lie, Mark. I picked this character up a couple weeks ago, just to kind of mess around with her. I'm just messing. You know, coming from characters like Raven or Lei, I'm just like, bro, y'all really just, this is it? That's all y'all have to do? I'm just like, that's it? That's all they're doing?
Hey, they got something for everybody.
I'm having a lot of respect for these dudes and everything. I'm like, bro, all y'all are doing is this?
While you're tripping off like, man, I got to get into my stance. I got to figure out, am I going back turn? Am I not? This guy just throwing out moves. Throwing out strikes.
This guy, just dude, I got this, man. I got it.
Hold up. Let me hold forward real quick.
Frames. Delayable hit control is crazy. Pinya enraged, though. Yep. Gotta beware again.
Ooh.
The 15-frame launcher now on the table. Gotta beware. Yeah, okay.
And the thing is with Lydia, she has so many advancing moves like that. She has the political storm. She has the running one. She has the forward 2. She has so many good attacks for different types of utility and different types of pressure to kind of scare off your opponent. And the way you're able to use them, and like the way Gen is using them, it really kind of showcases like, okay, let me scare him with this one, and then I'm gonna hit him with this one because he's starting to sidestep. It's crazy how you can really control.
I think especially for characters with high mobility, especially the way Pinya likes to play, right? He's really good at being able to get in like range 4. Oh, sweet, plus frames. Goes mid, tries to seal Gen step there.
Good thing he rolled back there. The knee.
Plus frames and dip, yeah. Not trying to push the issue. Fishing mid, and just that situation there, right? That's the scariest thing about fighting against this character, I think, especially if you play a character like Raven in a style that Pinya likes to do. He's very, even when nothing is going on, he's very active, you know? He likes to get, like, really, really far range, and he'll whiff cartwheels, and he likes to do, you know, obviously the Pinya step, stuff like that. Lydia, because of those tools that you were talking about, right? How good she is at whiff punishment, and then creating snowball situations from that, it scares you from wanting to go for stuff like that. I think it's really good, especially at some levels of play. It makes you very scared. It stiffens up your movement. You don't want to move as much. You don't want to whiff as much. You get scared to poke, really.
Bro, it's this stage. This stage, I love it. I love seeing the choice of violence. Let's make it happen.
It could create some good opportunities for Pinya too, especially if he's able to. Again, you know, of course, 4-2-3, able to get some
I mean, if we're gonna get a Christmas miracle, it's on this stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna happen here probably. Or one looking for the splat. Nice, while standing one here.
Back
Up
one,
kicks,
there you go.
Back one to break the floor. Right back at you.
Oh, but now he's in a
1+2,
bad
she
spot.
teleports through for some reason. Good stuff.
Oh, dead. Oh my goodness. All that work, wasted the floor break just to be put back to the corner. That's unfortunate. Anyways,
Absolute.
back into
So, as someone who plays Raven, that's absolutely painful to watch.
Ooh, look at that. Listen
Yeah,
to the
so-
down forward one. That's a lot of work for that little damage.
All that just
Here we
all
go.
that just for like a mid touch, you know, that leads to nothing.
Yep.
Okay.
I could do this all day. Follow up. Here we back one. Downstairs.
Then break
Let's
the
not
wall.
go into another bad situation. How are we going to close it out? Oh, looking. There you go. Tie it up on rounds here in this game number 2.
Yeah, on hit ops not to finish, just closes out with down back 2, keeps it safe. Counter hit 2, yep. Sidewall, oh no! That could have been much,
Nice
much
block.
worse. I think Pinya got very lucky.
Yeah, he didn't get the right
Drop
punish
punishes
either
here.
one of those times. Not in time. However, Pinya with the life lead. Nice. Counter hit confirm. Ooh,
Yeah, that
missed it.
uppercut is safe.
A little bit too low profile.
Drive.
Gets the rage drive into the reverse elbow follow up. And the sidewall
Trying to
stun, but
maximize
still
wall
looking to
carry.
get it.
Streams of Pinya, they just back up. Okay.
This is big. Gen does not want to get another loss here. Ooh, look for the unblockable. Are you serious? Why? Is that a misinput? Was he predicting something?
I don't
Uh-oh.
know.
Trade,
Yeah,
follow
that-
up.
That's
good
one of those
stuff.
maybe player reads things, you know, since they play each other a lot.
Nice punish there. Goes for the eye jab, the eye rake. Looking to close things out here and tie it up on rounds. Here we go. Final round here in game number 2. How are they going to pull this off?
Big round for Pinya. Big round for Gen, honestly.
Yeah, either way.
24.
The storm. The finish. He finished it. Into the low sweep.
He's fine to
How's
take
Pinya
those
gonna do
counter
with
hit,
this?
those wall standing twos as long as they're not counter hit launch, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Just catching him moving, that's fine.
Ooh,
Wow,
that's a big
what a
hop
step.
kick.
That's huge.
Mix up.
When Heaven and Earth fainted with it,
That is... I can't believe that happened. Yo, that trench coat is extra low profile or something, man.
no, screw you, Mark. I can believe that happened. I definitely can believe that. Gen finds the low to be able to close out 2-0 over Pinya. Dude, as soon as he dipped under that thing, I'm like, man, I totally understand. That happens all the time.
Unfortunate. He had a good read going into it, but just the knee wasn't long enough. Not able to get the hit, but hey, look at that. Again on the scoreboard. Good stuff.
I think, yeah, a lot of Raven players have probably been in that situation before. They already knew. As soon as he let it go, she just gets tops under it. I'm like, yep, it's a very Master Raven-like situation in this game. I am not surprised, unfortunately. But 2-0 for Gen, so that keeps him. He's now what? 2, 3, 3 and 4, I believe.
If you're adding games, yeah, the game differential.
Oh,
yeah.
no, he's 2 and 2. Yeah, he's 2 and 2. That Rangchu
Yep.
was 0 and 2, right? Yeah.
Yep. Good stuff on the scoreboard now. Again, overall is 1-1 in the group, which is big.
Yeah, so I know-
I would imagine
think now-
Gen
Pinya only has one more set to play.
yeah, everyone has one more set to play.
Hmm.
So we're gonna
Against-
decide quickly who's gonna be getting out of here. Obviously, Double at the advantage. Going into this, I think Double has only not played against Gen so far.
Yeah, that's. I mean, this is the matchup that I think a lot of people looking at the pool. I mean, you said it yourself at the very beginning, right? This was the matchup for Pool A that everybody I think is looking to say like, okay, this is where it's. This is where we're gonna see who's gonna come out on winner's side at least. You know.
Oh yeah. And again, thanks everybody for tuning in. You guys are watching the Tekken Online Challenge. Regional Finals for Japan. Of course, they're playing offline, so it's extra added bonus for everyone that's going to be tuning in and watching all the action. We are in the middle of Group A. My name is Mark, and I'm here with Mr. Majin Obama as we spread that holiday cheer for that Tekken action. Lots of people in the chat. How you guys doing, man? Hopefully you guys have been having a good holiday. Nice and safe. Sup,
Yeah,
Spag?
thanks to everybody
What's
tuning in
up,
from all
a lot
over
of
the world,
familiar
man.
names. Oh yeah, that's what I love about it. You know, Tekken fans, they never sleep and they never shut up either. They keep watching and they keep talking about Tekken, and I love it. It's something that I've come to enjoy over the past many years.
Yeah, for better or worse. for better or worse, depending
For
on
better
the,
or
the
better.
situation. But yeah, it's like especially I think we talked about it too a little bit earlier, was the fact that TOC this year was able to add some regions that don't really have a lot of eyes on them. I think for not just Tekken but just events in general, right? It's really cool to see South Africa be a part of it. You know, Pakistan, those kinds of regions. You know, you really got a lot. It feels like we got a lot of variety and a lot of representation out of the circuit this year. So good stuff to everybody who helped put it together and helped make it happen. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
Especially with the way the finals are done. I like being able to get. I like more player-centric, like profiles and presentations, stuff like that. It's been oddly in a way, it's a really cool way I think to be able to try to shine a spotlight on some of the players that have really been stepping up in some of these regions and some of these areas, who stayed hungry to through the pandemic to be able to get out here and play, enter, register, and compete in these online events like this.
That's right.
Next set. What's this going to be? They probably saved double again for the end, yeah. So this is going to be Rangchu versus Pinya. Get another teammate battle. This is going to be another struggle, I think, for Pinya.
Your affairs are in order.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. Big matchup here. Rangchu, Pinya going at it. This is a matchup we probably really don't even see too often. Julia versus Master Raven. And Julia, one of those characters that has a lot of tools, right? And I think more so in this particular matchup, Julia has amazing tools that can kind of deal with some of what Pinya does, at least from the back turn or even phasing her opponent. And I think Rangchu definitely one of those players to do the homework in those kinds of situations.
Yeah, it's also she gets very strong reward for some of those reads and callouts. You know, like Magic 4 sequences are able to really mess up Raven and be able to get a very strong reward for Julie in a lot of those situations where Rangchu likes to challenge. There you go, stomp at the wall. This wall pressure situation. Nice block on the sweep. Comes up again. Another sidewall pattern here.
That's just great player knowledge there. Gets the splat here and the follow-up. This is going to hurt. Second splat. There you go. What's the mix? But again, Rage is available as well. One more hit could do it all. Ooh, that is a nice way to thread the needle there. Looking to close it out.
Perfect spacing.
Should be done.
That's done.
A moment of relief here as we sheath our weapon and wait for the next round here. Pinya on the scoreboard. 1 round apiece here.
Round three. Fight.
Damn, right out the gate, these guys swinging. Okay. Again, back to back. Do it
Yeah,
again.
noticeable change of
Oh
pace
my
from
gosh,
last
3
round.
lows in a row.
Finally mixes up, goes mid. Rangchu in rage, gets the wall here.
Second
Cartwheel
hit, and
goes
that should
mid
be able-
again.
Ooh. Nice
Could
grab.
be the start of
into the
something though.
grounded hit
Rangchu
there.
doesn't need much. Down back 2.
Round four. Fight.
Pinya's fighting here. Nice. Ooh, doesn't get the reach in. Nice. Ooh, I thought he was going to get the whip punish there, but a little too slow. Gets interrupted
again,
out
that
of it.
counter
And look
hit
at that, the
jackknife.
resplat.
Yeah. Huge reward for
pick up
Pinya there.
4-4-1
4-4-1.
guaranteed in that
Even from the
situation.
float, still in rage.
Ooh, second hit wasn't ready.
You win.
All right, Pinya on the scoreboard, taking that first game. Like what I'm seeing here.
Get ready for
All right, they're going right into
Rangchu on the
stage
back
select.
foot here.
I'd like to see what adjustments, but again, between these players, very familiar with each other. These guys, not only teammates, but they've met each other in tournament many times before.
I hope your affairs are in order.
round one.
See how this plays out here as we go into game number 2. Ooh, nice block. Gets the wall standing 1 punish. Should be able to push towards the wall here. Stomp City. Good block.
From a good defensive read. Yes. Block on the bow and arrow, down 4-2. Gets a side wall, but good break from Rangchu to be able to get out. Parallel to that wall now. These low touches starting to add up. Low parry now. Should be able to avoid the side wall and just get clean. No, not even necessary.
Round 2.
Able to take that first round here. Let's see. Oh, that's a counter hit launch. I like it. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he's
gonna
gonna pay for
hurt.
this. Boulder Crusher with the blue sparks. Good awareness from Pinya to be able to break.
Nice, just chopping away, trying to create these openings here.
Both of them. Trading lows, Party Crasher. Able to score some extra
nice
damage.
stuff.
You want a jab? Here you go. Watch 93.
I mean, just like that, you know, Pinya was able to really fight for that opening game, but Rangchu already 2 rounds deep very quickly here in match number 2. I can deal with it. Goes for the mid option there that time. Nice. Gets the knockdown. Tries to keep him there. Oh, that bow and arrow out of range. That is so cheap. Normally be able to punish that, but because of the way that was kind of pushed away, big combo there. Rangchu able to take all that damage. But hey, Pinya has a chance. Does have rage. Ooh,
Okay,
again.
strong response here from Rangchu.
Thank you, spirits.
Yeah, that was beefy. Julia, man, she hits like, I don't know how many trucks it is. She hits like she's hard. we'll just leave it at that. She hits really hard.
Yeah, Rangchu also did a
Got
really
those
good job, I think,
spirits.
of emphasizing throw pressure as well. You notice a lot of those times when he was able to get Pinya at the wall, score some big damage off of like Boulder Crusher, you know.
Here goes.
He's been really emphasizing the throw out of Pinya's recovery like that.
Round
Yeah.
Got him some good
Sometimes,
opportunities.
you know,
Also,
just throwing
Pinya
out
started
the throw.
attacking later.
Yeah, sometimes just throwing out the throw, even making them aware that, like, you know, even if they break it, it's like letting them know that's an option that, hey, maybe you could duck and get free damage off of this. But then he's used that kind of to his advantage to really open up his opponent a bit more. Ooh, nice. That was good. Right between the string. Ooh,
Here
this
goes Pinya.
counter hit. First you don't
jackknife.
succeed. Try again.
Yeah, this is out in the open. Gonna go cartwheel mid-ender. Stormbringer cancels. Just gonna go for some mid and jab pressure.
Oh, he tried to catch
Nice
him.
punish. Yes.
Yeah, he tried to catch him with that wall rising one. Tried to do some cheeky action over there. But Pinya now with the lead here in the set. Oh, still finishing it.
He's done a really good job of mixing up his down back twos and the follow-ups as well. He tends to stick to the pattern. Down back 2, nothing. Down back 2, 1, and the 1 will always, like, it's consistently hit today.
Dude, that has been hitting quite a bit. Rangchu with another counter hit series, the follow-up, looking to close it out. One hit could do it.
Yeah. Open stage, though, so he's going to have to find it one more time. Gets the forward 1 touch.
Nice work there on the Party Crasher. Able to close it out, tying it up. 2 hits guaranteed.
And
Natural
you're getting
combo.
really, really
Gets the
tricky with
elbow
this pressure
flash.
here. There's like 2 or 3
Ooh,
cancels in there. Oh! Counter hit, got the 4. Was looking for the 4, 2, 3. Can't quite get it. That's what, Season 2 nerf? When was that?
Yeah. The follow. Ooh, nice block. Good punish there.
Yes.
Side switch.
Cameraman got mixed. Rangchu and
Power
rage.
crush, and that's going to
Yes.
seal the deal.
Round 4.
Here we go.
Fight.
Very important round here. If Pinya can take this, this will be huge. Rangchu, of course, needing to sustain contention as well. Nice punish. Goes for the low option. How are you going to deal with it? Nice. Gets the follow-up. Guaranteed.
And you're just outside of rage. She
Oh,
lets the whole thing
no.
rip. Oh
Here we
my
go, final
god, that
round.
happened so quickly.
It's all come down to this. Into the low
Round
parry.
opener.
That's off of a crouch dash. What? I don't think that's the combo that Pinya wanted.
Yeah, he dropped something, but opt for just a down back 2 pressure on wake up.
Ooh, this time going for the mid option and the low
Yeah,
again.
getting clipped by the
Sneaky,
mids out of
second
rolls.
time he's landed that. Oh, this is huge because it's going to be very
That was
close.
a big sweep. That was a big sweep. Rangchu going to take a lot of return here. Put himself in good position. Good block on the low. And Pinya now, yeah, taking advantage of the open stage,
Oh.
right? Never mind. Was he trying to do haze? What was that?
Stream's over.
Yeah, he was trying to opt for a mix-up, but, you know, Rangchu did not even want to put himself into that
Just
position.
4-4-1.
Just went straight for the elbow. Yep. Throw them bows. That's sometimes you got to do that. Safe and to the point. And look at that, Rangchu able to take that over Pinya, and Pinya's chance is not looking good now in this group stage.
Nah, that was
Not
a
looking
really,
good
really
at all.
strong rebound from Rangchu. I think as a lot of people maybe would have expected, I think, from the group stage so far. So now this is going to bring up Gen versus Double. This one's going to have all the implications behind it, you know.
You know what's crazy? I was
would-
just thinking about this. You know, out of all the regional finals that we've had, this is the only regional final that features 2 prior Tekken World Tour champions.
One in
Rangchu
each
and
group.
Chikru.
Yep.
One in each group. Yeah, the competition here, and if you didn't already know, the competition is fierce. So it's going to be just a joy to kind of see how this is gonna play out.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of championship pedigree in this one. As you can see, that's a pretty nasty lineup. Yeah, I think probably, like you said at the beginning, right? I think probably for a lot of viewers, if they haven't really been paying attention to JP Tekken, Hakayo and Pinya are probably the names that they're least familiar with. But by now, you should be very familiar with these players. They are, they have been out here. They have been out here and doing work. You know, don't be fooled by Pinya's 0-3 there. That dude has been collecting bodies for a couple years now. But this is going to bring up Double versus Gen for the last match of Pool A.
All right, yeah, last matchup.
This one's tough to call,
a
man.
really important one. It's a deciding one because, you know, going into this,
Yep.
this could kind of shake things up, especially when we look at the points total. So, of course, we're going to be able to figure that out as we finish the matchup. But it's going to be down to, you know, these 3 players to figure out who's going to be making it out into our bracket stage, which is, of course, going to be extended sets. You know, the winner's side, whoever has the highest points, whoever wins the group stage will be coming out on the winner's side. And then, of course, whoever comes out in second place will be in the loser side of the bracket. And I can't stress, you know, this is something for all bracket plays. Like, you want to be on the winner's side. You never want to be in the loser side where you have to play against more and more people.
No, especially when you look across the aisle, you're looking at Pool B. You don't want to fight any of those dudes in like a do or die situation, right? You definitely want the comfort of being able to like lose a set and maybe have one more chance. Can you imagine you go through all this and then you have to fight like Chikarin in a 1-3
Or Nobi.
for
Yeah,
everything?
one
You
of
know,
those
like
guys.
no, thank you. Yeah, or Nobi, you know, or Ao even, you know. This is what you would expect from a regional final when it comes down to it. That's how you know. I think that this system really did its job. You get like the best of the best from this region when everybody is a threat, everybody is a killer like that in the group. This is how it should be.
Yeah, and these aren't just guys that we pick either. These are guys that have been grinding it out the entire season, earning those points, getting into the places where they were. Not only did they participate in the Master event for this, but they've participated in over 50 dojo events for the Japan region. So this is just great stuff overall.
Yeah, JP scene is not like super huge, I guess, in terms of numbers. But the community, like I said, I felt like last year, mid and low level players are the ones that suffer the most from the pandemic because they don't get those opportunities to be able to go into offline sessions, to be able to try to play with you know, some of the higher level players, to be able to get that experience, right? And you know, they just have like raw net play, you know. But the higher level players have been competing; they've been playing with each other. I felt like the shift this year was there were a lot more opportunities for those mid-level players, those players who are still kind of in the grind, still trying to find their way to try to get to the higher levels of play. There were a lot more opportunities. The dojo system was very active out here, for sure.
Yeah, you know, with all those events, you know, giving opportunities for more and more players to get the exposure and also just the chance to play against some of the higher tier players to kind of really figure out like, hey, I have a chance. I can actually get into this. As you guys can see, the last matchup we have Gen here, who was the points leader overall for the Japan region throughout the season. He's going to be going into this, and it's, you know, he's not even guaranteed a spot out of the group stage. He's going to have to fight for it.
Yeah, that's true. And he's first seed. He's first seed. He's fighting for his life in group stage. This is how you know it's serious out here, man.
Yep. But again, the competition that he has, especially within this group, are some of the players that know him so well, that know his style, that play and practice against him even to an insane level. You know, these guys are world-class players, so you can't doubt any single one of these guys. So it's going to be Gen and Double here, the final match here of Group A.
Yeah, like we said earlier, again in this player matchup for season 4, this matchup is in his favor by a significant percentage based on in-tournament play results. But like we said, any given Sunday, right? Double's the one stepping up today for sure. He's playing like he means business. So we'll see, man. This should be a good set either way. Even if it's first to two, whatever, man. This should be a good one.
The play styles for both of these players is, they both can do that in-your-face kind of play style. But I think Gen is the one that could probably control the set better. So I'm wondering, just again, based on which characters are picked as well, how that's going to affect them. Because, it also depends on who double picks. Because, it could very well be like, a mirror match. This might be Lydia versus Lydia, or it could be Fakaram versus Fakaram. Who knows what it's going to be? Both of these players have...
Fakaram Lydia, too, is a, I think, pretty high possibility that happens as well.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too. They're like you said, they both excel really at expressing their strengths in a similar range. That up close compact play where they're able to use a lot of their very quick reactions to make pinpoint decisions, be able to score some whiff punishes, and they're very good. Both of them are very good about, and this also shows in their player selection, their character selections. They're very good at being able to play that up close compact game and then find the down forward 2, finding that uppercut. They're both very, very good at that. But the other thing, too, is you got to remember, like with Fakaram, the range where you can play that way is a little bit wider because of just how his buttons are. That's, I think, one reason why Gen's Fakaram really, really shines, because it feels like he's able to play that same way, but at a wider range. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, going into this is going to be exciting because, again, we're going to figure out who's getting out of Group A as we roll into, of course, Group B, which will be happening right after this, and of course which players will be going on to the tournament bracket stage that's going to be happening later today. Anyways, without further ado, we do have Gen and Double here.
Yeah, Tsuka's going to be close quarters. This is what you
picks
wanted.
Law.
Wow.
He picks Law. This is going to be sick. Let's go. So Double with his main.
Lydia versus
Law,
Law,
not
yeah.
too shabby of a character, but it's a different level. It's a different level. We all know the strength of some of the characters on the top row.
Yeah, it's going to come down to who can establish that up-close their pressure and their offense first, but then also Yomi in a lot of these situations where Gen is going to be able to score a touch, be able to go into cat stance 1. What is Double's response going to be? Is he going to have some good reads? Is he going to be a little bit more passive? Right now, he's getting kind of opened up by it.
Oh,
big
nice
whiff
block.
there. Mm-hmm.
Oh, if he gets the wall. Oh, he went for the mix-up instead. How's he going to deal with this? They're about even on life. Both of them outside of rage. This time, oh, he pressed something. He did something there. He got stuffed in the face. And Gen taking that first round. Whoa, that's not what he wanted. All right, there's the Storm. First one of the match so far. And I like it, the way that Double's kind of approaching the matchup here. He's using that jab. He's making great use of the jab, really trying to open up his opponent, create opportunities for himself.
Yeah, playing around jab, but then also respecting the mids of Lydia.
Sidestep attack, the follow-up here. He's looking to close it out. Oh, he dropped the combo. This is unfortunate.
Yeah, potentially big drop, too. Back to the wall. Law in rage.
Bro, he got away with that. Because he was in a bad position there. If Double were just able to, land some more hits there, it could have been over. But right now, again,
yeah,
2 rounds straight here.
Scored some mid touches. Looked like Double was trying to move, too, so made it a little bit easier for Gen to tag him.
Nice conversion here.
Dragon Cannon, 55%.
Ooh, but the tape, the follow-up here again. And that's where it can get really scary, too. Because, he got blocked early on. He got hit by that wall setting, too, for going for that low attack. But he wasn't afraid to do it 2 more times there. Will Double be able to get around? That's the question. Another red tape. Don't tell me he's going to do it again. Oh, my God. He's crazy. I can't believe he just finished it there. On whiff, he finished it. That was crazy.
And to bring it back what we were talking about earlier, so far Double's response in a lot of these situations where he's under cat stance pressure, he's had some pretty good responses so far. He's been blocking and defending adequately well.
Ooh, nice punish there from Double. Second hit, he's going to have to be careful.
He's seen a lot of cat stance 1 with the heavy plus frame follow-up. going mid, and Double just kind of respects it, just backs off. You know, he's not in a super big hurry to try to push the issue.
Is he going to catch him?
Flash ducking on each other just like that, looking for a jab.
Oh, yeah. And that's... Oh, here you go. Red tape, the follow-up here. Goes for the grab.
Break. Double enraged, though. Watch out for the uppercut.
Oh, he's dead.
Political storm. There it is.
One way to cover ground and, you know, so many ways to hit it on the way in. Ken was able to make the right read and just finish it. So good stuff to him taking that first game. We're going to quick stage select. He's going to stick with Law going into this. All right, Precipice of Fate. 1-0 in favor of Gen.
Yeah, of course, more rounded edges here, but still kind of same issue. It's going to be about who can get the wall control, take advantage of it in neutral. But you can tell he's just really anxious just to try to get into that range 0 on his terms, you know? He doesn't want to be playing this game at range 2, range 3, where he's very scared of any potential whiffs. Try to play this poking game. Big launch here, going to get the wall.
That was wild, too, the way he pulled out that wall standing 2 at the right time. Now has a huge lead here, putting Gen into rage.
Pressure.
Double taking that round.
Man.
And those are the kinds of rounds that he needs. He does not want to let up and let Gen establish, you know, any type of stand-up fight.
Or momentum, yeah. And where did that come from? You got to think about that. He found a big launch in open space, was able to get to the wall, and then he just ran his game. Jab, down 4-1, down back 3, just establishing those close range pressure tools like that. Got the dub. That's his style. That's what he has to do.
He's making use of that, you know, that mini dash with the ducking, trying to find an opening, trying to create an opening, and force and kind of bait Gen to throw out an attack. But a big counter hit here. Here's the flip. He's going to get the wall too. Now, what's the mix? This is what he's continuing from before. Oh, back 1. Look at that double now on the scoreboard. 2 rounds straight. This is huge. Very, very big round. Is he going to be able to tie it up? Oh, the last hit. And again, you don't know what's going to happen. Is he going to finish? Is he going to not?
Double finds the parry.
Risky.
Trying to threaten with slide. Again, strikes in mid.
Nice.
They're both just swinging
hit.
on each other. Oh, man. Throw break.
He's dead.
Political storm once again. Gen staying alive in this game.
You know, that move
Puts
is
around
so
on the board.
good. The way, especially if you put it into the hands of someone like Gen, who can just react like, I know he's going to move. He's going to do something. Second hit. Got to watch out for those. The tape is coming out, man. I'm feeling it. Oh, the hop kick again. At first you don't succeed.
Went the other way.
Wait for that second opportunity. The delay, the follow-up here. Double looking to fight out of it. Legend kick follow-up.
Slide.
Ooh, here we go,
Playing
final round.
Playing so fast, but man, Gen with a really, really strong response here. Looking to try to take this 2-0. Feels like momentum's on his side. Double fishing. Back up
Nice,
a little
back
bit.
jump.
Just backdash political storm. Establish the red tape.
Big block and a big punish here. Will
Big
Double be able to
opportunity for
capitalize
double here.
Oh, he got counter hit.
And he
That's
gets it. Yeah. That was a big
1,
moment.
2, 3. All right, he's going to live to fight another day. We're going to go to a final game between these two, which have this game has huge implications on the rest of the group.
Yeah, this is a big game.
Huge implications. Let's see how this plays out. Into Sook, one of the smaller stages. Tied up.
Yeah, back to where they fought the first game.
Let's see how this plays out.
Round 1. Fight.
We got Detective Law on the scene.
For double, it was really just about finding that one big launch and then just put together some wall pressure, and it just had happened. There's the uppercut.
Yep. Here we go.
Side
again.
of the wall.
Oh, this time getting the float.
Big
He
float
knew there was a
here.
gap in between. Yo, he's got
Oh
him.
my god!
Conversion.
Round 2.
What a surgeon.
Fight.
That was, yeah, just complete. That was sick awareness and everything. Good reaction to be able to convert off of that, to turn it into a dub like that in this situation.
Yay.
Drop the hammer
Counter hit,
on her, gets the wall. Double the one with momentum here.
Yo.
Sweep.
He's gonna go crazy. How are you gonna deal with it? What is double gonna do here? You could see Gen going for more lows now too. Starting to finally use that down back too.
Yeah, he's been a little bit.
Storm, he didn't believe
seen him
that
so
time.
much, right? The down back two, the chops.
One of the other moves that we really haven't seen too much from double is that right uppercut. Oh, big opportunity. He goes
Oh my
to the
god,
high.
in the slide.
Round 3.
He risked it all there, but he was able to make the right bet. Double now up 2 rounds here. If Gen wants to
Double
win this
on
and get
group
in,
point.
he needs to win 3 rounds. Ooh, big block.
Group point, and he finds that block, finds this launch. You know where you're going. You know where you're going.
How's he going to deal with it? Gen needs to fight out of here. There's a life
The plus
deficit. There's a
range,
big
Gen
counter
finds a
hit. Man, double is playing out of
get
his
ahead of
mind. He's
yourself,
doing it
Double.
with law. Yo,
Nice.
this is
You
big.
want to step
He goes for maximum damage.
right into the uppercut.
Oh, the wall messed him up. This is bad.
Both players in rage.
How are you going to deal with it? The
Oh,
duck,
the
he didn't
duck.
get anything afterwards.
He's just a hair too slow. God, it's so
Oh
close.
my goodness, he's
Whoa,
dead.
what the
He's
heck?
dead. Why would you, if all situations, you're going to go for the manual parry? Oh my god, I can't believe he had the cojones to do that. That was crazy. He could have died
That
for
was
that situation,
confidence
but
that
he
took
knew.
it, man. He brought it back. He knew.
That was crazy.
That
It
was
sucked to
crazy.
double, man.
Wow.
He earned it for sure.
Yeah, so that means that's big. Double won that 2-1, right?
Oh yeah. 2-1.
So it comes down
I'm
to
pretty sure.
Rangchu and
I'm not doing no math right now, but I'm pretty sure that guarantees him the spot in.
yeah, he would.
We're
He
gonna have to
goes
look
in
at it.
winner's side, but I'm thinking the second place spot. It comes down to Rangchu and Gen, right?
Yeah. Who won? Rangchu won that. So that means
Yeah,
they're the two players that are
Rangchu
in.
and Double.
And Gen, the points leader, Gen, is not even in there. That's crazy.
That's kind of an upset, I think. I don't think a lot of
Oh
people
yeah, for sure.
would have thought